there for offense. He's there for defense. But it doesn't help when you go into the game and you're missing 3 free throws and there's no LeBron James, there's no AR, there's no Austin Reeves, there's no Luka Doncic. You need something. You Rui Hachimura, everybody got to step in, you got to scrap, you got to claw. You got to do what you got to do. If J.J. Redick doesn't feel that you're doing it, he called a timeout to take Jared Vanderbilt out the game. You know how bad you got to be with no LeBron, no Luka, no AR, for the coach to call a timeout specifically to remove you. And then tells you, doesn't apologize, and then goes back to the bench and get on you again. What do we want? If he said nothing, we would question that. I root for Jared Vanderbilt. I like him and all of that stuff. This is not to throw any shade on him. But I'm going to back up J.J. Redick from a character standpoint to say that I appreciate the fact that he does not play. You got to, if you're around J.J. Redick as a player, if you're around him as a commentator and analyst, if you're around him as a reporter, you better be on your game. Because if there is a flaw in something, he will notice it. And he's going to come right at you with it. It is the J.J. Redick that I have always known. It is the J.J. Redick that I have always appreciated. And it is the J.J. Redick that I still got love for. I got nothing to say negative about it. I really don't.
So the only thing I just want to push back on a little bit here, because I agree with you. I said I loved the J.J. Redick. He's not really working with nothing. I mean,
what?
DeAndre Ayton was the #1 overall pick in the draft.
What's the matter
Rui
with you?
Hachimura was what? Wasn't he a lottery pick?
You know what you're going to make me do?
Laravia was the 19th pick in the draft. Luke Kennard was a lottery pick.
You're going to make me ask you.
These are top draft picks.
Were you and the family in the Bahamas and you ran into DeAndre Ayton and you're being nice? Did you just say DeAndre Ayton? I mean, this dude. I mean, this is
not the #1 overall pick?
Yeah,
he's working with nothing.
And there's also an APB out for him 50% of the damn time. You literally are calling airlines. Did he hop on a flight? Because sometimes he ain't showing up at the Lakers games. You just look at it. You see somebody in the uniform with his jersey on, standing 7 feet tall. But when you're looking for their game, it's an APB out for that bad boy. You don't know where to find it. Sometimes. We know DeAndre Ayton can play, but this is a brother that literally shows up sometimes and goes like this. I really don't feel like playing. That's what his game emotes. We all know it. All of us.
Well, that's why J.J. Redick said he can't catch. That also is a problem. He has to be able to catch the ball. And that's why J.J. Redick is fired up. Wendy, what do you think?
Well, DeAndre Ayton hasn't been able to catch the ball since he's been in the league. That's neither here nor there. I was at the game last night. I was at the game last night, and you know, the come down here in L.A., I've been to about a dozen Laker games this year. The come down is just unbelievable from where they were a week ago, and that's the NBA and the nature of the fragility of basketball. JJ was seething from the start in this game. He was probably.
Let me tell you something. I have watched Stephen A. Smith scream, yell, argue, and make wild takes for years. But every once in a while, he says something that is absolutely dead on. And this is one of those moments. We are talking about Kevin Durant versus Anthony Edwards in the playoffs. The question on First Take was simple. If you have to pick one guy right now for a playoff run, who do you take? Kevin Durant or Ant-Man? And Wendy started off by saying, and easily, no debate. She pointed out that 2 years ago when Durant was on the Suns and Ant was on the Timberwolves, and took him out. He dropped 36 and 40 in the last 2 games of that series and basically sent the Suns home. Since then, the Suns haven't been back to the playoffs. And then she dropped a stat that stopped me cold. Kevin Durant has won exactly 1 playoff series since he left Golden State. 1. I know there were injuries. I know his foot was on the line against the Bucks. I know all of that. But the fact remains. 1 series win since leaving the Warriors. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards has won 4 playoff series in the last 2 years alone. 4. Now Chris Russo tried to argue for Durant. He brought up the age, said Durant is 37, said we are going to find out if he still has it. And then he said if he had to take one guy right now in a similar spot, he's taking Durant at 37. That's when Stephen A. went off. And this is the part you need to hear. He starts by saying he loves Ant-Man, Steph Curry and Ant are high. S2 favorite players in the league. He says he would give anything to see Ant in the NBA Finals because the brother is all-world. Then he lays out the resume. Back-to-back Western Conference Finals. 6 playoff series. And in those 6 series, who has he faced? Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Nikola Jokic, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Luka Doncic twice, Steph Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is a murderer's row of talent. And Anthony Edwards has won 4 of those 6 series. 4. He is averaging a career-high 28.9 points, third in the NBA. 49% from the field. 56% in clutch time. Career-high 40% from 3. The brother is box office. Then Stephen A. says something about Kevin Durant that I have been thinking for years but never heard anyone say out loud on national television. He says Kevin Durant is a walking bucket. 7 feet tall, 7'6" wingspan, mid-range, long-range, handle. We know what he can bring. One of the top 10 players of all time. Elite. Cream of the crop. But then he looks directly at the camera and he says this. The ability to galvanize folks is something we cannot minimize, especially in the playoffs. Ant-Man is a gravitational force. You just flow towards him and you feed off his energy. Kevin Durant is the kind of force that those around him stand and spectate and watch. There is a difference. Think about that. Durant shows you why there are levels to stardom. He does his job. He gives you 25 to 30 every night. He can explode. E for 40 anytime he wants. But he does not lift the players around him. He does not make them better. He does not inspire them. Ant-Man does. Ant-Man galvanizes the troops. He gets the cats around him to do a little bit more. And that is the difference in this day and age. Stephen A. is right. I have watched Kevin Durant his entire career. He is one of the most gifted scorers we have ever seen. But he has never been that guy. He has never been the emotional engine. In Golden State, that was Draymond. That was Steph. In Brooklyn, that was never him. In Phoenix, that is not him. He shows up, he gets his numbers, and everyone else stands around and watches. That does not win championships unless you already have a culture in place. Anthony Edwards is the opposite. He is loud. He is confident. He talks trash. He takes the pressure on himself. And his teammates play harder because of it. That matters in the playoffs more than any mid-range jumper. So if you ask me right now, playoff series on the line, both guys healthy, I am taking Anthony Edwards. Not because he is better than prime Durant. He is not. But because 37-year-old Durant is not the same as 25-year-old Durant. And because Ant-Man changes the entire energy of a series. Durant gets you buckets. And gets you wins. That is the difference. So here is my question for you. Who are you taking right now for one playoff series, Kevin Durant or Anthony Edwards? Drop your answer in the comments. Do you agree with Stephen A. or do you think he is overrating Ant-Man? And if you want more breakdowns like this where we actually listen to what is being said instead of just the screaming, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.